We are 24 hours away from the Giants kicking off their preseason schedule as they will be traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bills. On today's show, though, we got some injury news to talk about, some good injury news and some bad injury news as one player who had a great offseason has another roadblock to hurdle. I do want to remind you guys that we are going to be live on the channel for a watch party. This game kicks off at 1 p.m. Our watch party kicks off at noon. I want to see you there. If you love the Giants, you want to join a pregame tailgate, and you want to hang out with thousands and thousands of real ones, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, have those notifications on, and you'll be here when all of this gets underway. Let's start with the bad news, and it is honestly horrible news. We do not know how severe this injury is, but Dan Duggan of The Athletic, go support him. He crushes it on the Giants beat. He tweeted out this morning. Offensive lineman Evan Neal is on the side with a trainer. The player with the most at stake in preseason games, really rough if he can't play. And I almost feel bad for Evan Neal at this point. It seems like he has started to do everything right. He was willing to switch from right tackle to player on the interior. It felt like he was working hard this offseason. He was really playing well for the Evan Neal standard. And just like producer Andrew Connell said, this was the first time I was excited about Evan Neal playing football since his first game as a Giant, because after that, all the excitement was done. I mean, there was an opportunity for him to be a starter on this football team. He was going to get a lot of reps in this game. And I want to make it clear, at the time of recording this video, which we are at 5 p.m. on Thursday, we don't know if he is playing. We don't even know how serious the injury is. But when you don't practice the day before a game, that's not good news. And he is someone that really can't afford to miss time, especially if he wants to be the starter. The Giants were giving him every opportunity to win that battle. Joe Shane spoke to, I forget who it was, someone on WFAN, said that he has starter potential on the interior offensive line. He talked about he'd be a good backup as well, but it's year 4, 7th overall pick. Your career as a New York Giant is on the line. They've already declined your 5th-year option. If you struggled this preseason, you weren't going to be the starter. But if you played well, you could have challenged Greg Van Roten for that job. If you don't play at all, who knows what's going to happen? We've heard time and time and time again Joe Shane say this: we want players that are smart, tough, and dependable. Evan Neal not being on the football field, you cannot depend on him. He was hurt his rookie year. He was hurt his sophomore season. And then he was hurt again his 3rd season in the NFL, missed the first couple games of the NFL season, and now, once again, we are running into the same thing. He has not been able to prove that he could be depended on to be healthy to play. Maybe I'm overreacting to the injury. I think it's got to be a little bit significant if you don't practice the day before a game, and it sucks for him. It sucks for the Giants. Hopefully it's nothing long-term, and hopefully he's going to be back on the football field sooner rather than later. Send Evan Neal the good vibes. I want to applaud him for the work he's put in. I want to applaud him for being a good teammate and doing what is best for the team, switching from tackle to inside. I want to see him on the field, and it's not going to be hopefully it's tomorrow. I don't know, but hopefully the good vibes are coming. Hit that thumbs up icon if you want to see him healthy. I also wanted to go to this. That was the bad news. This is the good news. The Giant insider who covers the Giants says Brian Daboll said that Cam Skattebo and Darius Slayton are not long-term injury issues. And that is music to my ears. Darius Slayton missed the last 2 Giants practices. Cam Skattebo missed the last couple of practices. And, we've had a lot of bad injury news on this channel to discuss over the last 4.5 years of me hosting it. This is great news. I am so pumped up to watch Cam Skattebo play football. I'm excited to see what Darius Slayton can do with Russell Wilson. He's made a career out of being a deep threat with Daniel Jones throwing him the football. On the other hand, I don't really expect either to play on Saturday. No need to rush Cam Skattebo back. They already did that, and he had a setback. And with Darius Slayton, he's a veteran. He's a pro. He's one of the most tenured players. He might be the most tenured player on this football team at this point. No need for him to play, especially if he's working through injury. So you're going to see some other running backs on the field on Saturday. Maybe you get a little of Tyrone Tracy. I'm sure they'll sprinkle in some Motor Singletary, but you're going to get a lot of Dante Turbo Miller. I also think you'll see Jonathan Ward play a little bit, who they signed earlier this week, but it'll be the Dante Turbo Miller show. Hopefully Skattebo at least gets some preseason work, maybe in week 2 or week 3. But all that matters is he's ready for week 1. He's a football player. He's the guy that's going to get it done when his number is called. And at the wide receiver spot, Slayton may not play. I don't expect him to. I don't really think there's a need for Malik Nabers to go out there and play either. You could put him and bubble wrap as Rashawn Slater is now out for the year. He signed a 4-year extension for $113 million last month, and then he tore his patella tendon today. Like, the last thing we need is someone of value like Nabers getting hurt. So you're going to see some little Jordan Humphrey. You're going to see the UDFA Bo Collins. Montreal Washington is competing for a roster spot. Hopefully we see some Jalen Hyatt. I'd love to see Jackson Dart throw a deep ball to Hyatt. You'll see some Juice Wells, Cambry, Felton, Bly, Olszewski. Opportunities for those guys to earn a roster spot. No need to throw Slayton out there if he's not 100% healthy. Couple more thoughts I want to talk about on today's show, but I want you guys to get hooked up with this shirt and this awesome deal. This Nike Giants t-shirt was $40. Now it's $32. Go to chatsports.com/Giants sale. That's chatsports.com/Giants sale. That link will be clickable down in the comments and description. There were 4 players who worked on the side at Giants practice today, that being star left tackle Andrew Thomas, who is currently on the physically unable to perform list. He has not participated at Giants training camp yet. Cam Skattebo worked on the side. We talked about that, as well as Darius Slayton and Evan Neal. Let's focus in on number 78. He started to work a little bit more on the side over the last week. I'd say over the last week and a half, we've kind of seen him almost on the regular on the side, putting in work, trying to get ready to go for week 1. Don't expect him to play any preseason game. I don't even know if they will activate him before the preseason until the preseason is done. And all that matters is he's ready to go week 1. They need him out there week 1. You got to start fast this year. I know the schedule's tough. I know you got the Commanders and the Cowboys and the Chiefs. It's going to be tough. You don't want to start 0-3. And if 78 isn't healthy, if he's not out there, you're probably going to be 1-3. Those are 3 teams that have really good edge rushers. Like, you need your best tackle out there. So continue to monitor him. Continue to have him go through work on the side. He's one of those players where he doesn't need to be super sharp. He can go out there, hold his own, be ready to rock and roll. I don't need him getting snap after snap in team settings and training camp and joint practices with the Jets coming up next week. I don't need him playing against the Buffalo Bills. Just make sure he's ready to go for week 1 against the Washington Commanders. So some good news, bad news, good news, Slayton, Skattebo. Injuries aren't long-term. You also have Evan Neal, bad news. Who knows if he's going to be ready to go. I didn't know this. Giants now, we're going to be ready to go tomorrow for our watch party against the Buffalo Bills. Kicking off at noon Eastern time. Be there or be square. And make sure you are following me on social media. I'll be live tweeting the Giants as well. I post short-form content about Big Blue. Give me a follow at @MarshallReed_.